Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is July 1st, and we'll be looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, XOY, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, and SLV. And this is, of course, the market overview. And this will be the overview for the weekend, and we may come back and do some other videos. But I figured we'd get a jump on the overall market since I was watching it pretty close today. And what do we have today? Well, we have the exact same thing, which is a big old huge green candle. And it was quite amazing today watching it. I watch a market-wide momentum indicator, and it was at 100% positive the entire day, with no real variation. It's just absolutely insane. And people are theorizing, oh, this is Uncle Ben's secret stash, this is the shorts getting obliterated and covering, this is the retail's running in with handfuls of money, give me a stock, any stock. And to some degree all of those may be true, maybe none of them are true, but that's for you to decide. Beyond that, we had talked about the major price consensus level. And I had no expectation of that being met today, but sure enough, it met it and exceeded it, and exceeded the high over here that we had on the 31st of May. Just a huge move, and that, surpassing these candles is extremely bullish. I mean, anybody looking at the chart, down here before all of this happened, would have seen this and said, "Hey, that's a major level right there. That should provide some resistance." Just to jump around a little bit, SPX, huge run also. It did not get to those candles yet. It almost got to the major price consensus level. It's just a breath away. So going back to the Dow, this still looks bullish. Stochastic high, RSI high, MACD clicking up, and it just now crossed the zero line. Now that is amazing. Getting all of this, and the MACD is barely getting over the zero line. That's insane. But beyond the daily, and you can also see we have a complete crossover of the short-term moving averages. Has not gotten through what's left of the bar. Bar is being destroyed, and it looks very bullish on the daily. When you get in any other time frame faster than the day, the chart looks ugly. And I'll do a 90-minute. You can see all the bubble, all the wobble, and everything is really high. This isn't a pretty chart. 60-minute, more of the same, wobble, bubble, everything really high and turning over. Now, there is some bad news about this one today. We had been watching the divergences, and we still have the MACD divergence in effect. And, much higher high today, lower on the histogram. However, it was able to overcome the stochastic divergence. That has been nullified. That is gone. So now we only have one. And so that is bad news. And but beyond that, this is it's just crazy. We've only had one touch of the bar since the breakout. All this time, all this run, only one touch. And that's just amazing. SPX, more of the same. Did not get to the price consensus level yet. Did not clear the peak we had over here, but very, very close. I mean, it's only 6 points away, and everything looks the same as the Dow. And if we're going to check the divergences, yep, still have the divergence in the MACD histogram, and the stochastic has been obliterated. That is gone. So really, I mean, we should expect a pause, pullback. We should expect a test of the bar I mean, that would be a healthy move. Every time we've tried to do it, it just has been overcome either by a new day or just a crazy run-in and buy any kind of dip rally. And some of these days I've been watching, and a 3 to 5 point dip and it gets bought. That's a 3 to 5 point dip. That's insane. Beyond that, let's look for some hope. And you shouldn't trade on hope, but sometimes we do. We have another hammer on the VIX. Now this is really, really interesting. The VIX, if you had been watching it intraday, we have this hammer at the end of the day. We had the VIX just ramp up. Boom. The VIX ramping up, the indexes should be going down. Oh no, not at all. End of the day, same time, we had a ramp of the Dow and the S&P. They do not match up, and so one of them is lying to us. And normally I go with the VIX, but you could argue that the VIX was a whole bunch of puts were being bought because people expect there to be a pullback on Tuesday. And you can see that two ways. Either A, the smart money knows and it is going to have a pullback, or B, it's a lot of people that are going to get crushed on purpose and then it'll be allowed to do a pullback. So I have very mixed feelings about that. And beyond that, we have a full crossover, of course, of the short-term moving averages. It is pulling through the bullish bar, and which is almost totally gone. And we are almost resting at the lower Bollinger Band. Oh, I didn't mention that the Dow way above the Bollinger Band, SPX way above the Bollinger Band. So this is day after day after day. And all that's needed to break this is one negative NDE, and I think that this will fold like a house of cards. But, we can't know what's going to happen over the long weekend, but we shall see. XOY, big hammer, hanging man, whatever you want to call it, outside, the body is totally outside the Bollinger Band. Now that is totally insane, and that's a ugly, ugly, ugly place to have that. But at the same time, you can see that RSI is still ticking up, stochastic still ticking up, and MACD has not even yet got over the zero line. So we shall see. If they're still insane on Tuesday, maybe we'll have another big old day. I'm still saying any day we could have a pullback of some sort, and whether or not that's going to break the spirit of the bulls and they come back in to buy it, we shall have to see. This is totally insane, and but I think that as QE2 and POMO are over, as liquidity dries up, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the market. That's my theory. And I have time for one more before I close off this video, since I like to keep them close to 10 minutes. Look at TNA. Outside Bollinger Band, almost at the major price consensus level, and still has a ways to go for the prior peak. We have not fully entered the bar yet, although we do have full crossover and are getting separation. And just like the Dow and the SPX, the secondaries are all pointing up. And like the Dow and the SPX, we still have the MACD histogram divergence. We had the stochastic divergence destroyed. And once again, it's now the MACD is really high. And it can stay there for an extended period of time if it wants to. and all of the wobble and bubble and everything that we see in the short-term moving averages is a warning sign. So at this point, it is just a matter of waiting for the momentum to break and see where the cards fall. Since we're waiting, I figured it will do something a little bit interesting on TNA. It has gone farther, faster than the Dow and the SPX, and its potentials give us more indication as to where the market possibly could be going. So to consult its range, we will look at our black boxes. And these are still being refined, still being worked upon, but we can see that this has been so strong it has completely left the minor trend. We have the 200-day moving average here, and we have the major trend, we have the extreme trend, and we've also busted the major trend. This move is insane. And so let's say that everyone is totally insane for an extended period of time. What does our upper range look like? Well, we can see that the extreme range is sloping up, and it right now is at 105 for TNA. Absolutely insane. That it has gone outside of 2 trend lines has, is insane, and I just don't even know how to say it beyond that. It should snap back at the major. Certainly, it should be something that slows it down, makes it take pause. But if it doesn't, we know that 105 is up here. Now, if it does snap back, we have the minor trend down here at 69. We have the major trend even lower down here at 67, and we have the extreme down here at 60. And the Bollinger Bands lower is at just a hair above 65. The upper is being pushed up by price. So the most likely thing to me is that a retest of the 200 would make sense. That is way the heck down near between 73 and 74, and a retest of the bar, should we get that, is over here near 79. So I like big moves because they do this, and if we can catch it as it begins to fall, there's money to be made. And that's going to be it for the first video. The second video will follow. I don't know if that will be later tonight or if that will be over the weekend. But as always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you very much.